But, and then, this is the scariest day of all, right? Next Tuesday, Election Day. Guys ready for the election to be over? Ready for it to be over? Yeah? It's all over the place. I'm so sick and tired. You can't turn on television or go anywhere. Seeing a bumper sticker, seeing an advertisement. They got movies out now trying to sway the election. You got W on the one side, American Carol on the other. And why do they put it in everything? They couldn't even get it outside of the summer blockbusters without putting something about the election in the blockbusters. You probably don't even know what I'm talking about. Anybody here see Batman, The Dark Knight? Yeah. Now, Joker was the main bad guy, but then there was also Two-Face. And for those of you who have seen it, if you haven't, I'm sorry to spoil it for you, but there's a scene where the guy who plays Harvey Dent becomes Two-Face because he gets half his face burnt off by acid. It's horribly scarred, but you don't see it at first. What happens, he's laying in the hospital bed, and one of his friends comes to visit him. And there's that scene where the reveal happens, this clean side of his face, and all of a sudden, he turns his other side of the face toward the camera, and it's all burnt and scarred, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's John McCain! Oh heck, how'd you sneak that in, man? There's everywhere. And you got John McCain, and Barack Obama, and Sarah Palin, and Joe Biden, it's all over the news. And who is the most interviewed politician? Bill Clinton. Right? He's on everything, The View, and Larry King, and Fox News is everywhere. And Bill Clinton, he's doing this interview, I watch him, they're talking to him about Sarah Palin, they're like, so, okay, President Clinton, I have a few questions we'd like to ask about Sarah Palin. Your wife was the very first, historically, she was the very first viable female candidate for the American presidency in history. But then John McCain goes and picks a female to run for his vice president. How do you feel about this? Well, first of all, I'd like to say that John McCain and I are good friends. Very good friends, although I disagree with him on politics. I do believe that this was a wise decision on his part. You see, I'm a Democrat, but Sarah Palin is one Republican I could really get behind. Well, you know, a lot of people are concerned about her experience. She's going to be just a heartbeat away from the presidency. How do you feel about that? I don't know if Sarah Palin will ever become president or not, but I'd sure like to get in her cabinet. Well, now, it sounds like you actually kind of like this woman. Are there any of your political views that have changed since she had the nomination for vice president? Sure, with Sarah Palin in office, I'd love to drill in Alaska. Yeah. Oh, man. Well, now, shortly after she got the nomination, she was at the convention, and she compared herself to a pit bull with lipstick. Now, a week later, Barack Obama talked about lipstick on a pig, and a lot of people think he was calling Sarah Palin names. How do you feel about that comment? Well, I have to give that one to the senator. It's a very common saying, When I was governor of Arkansas, we had a very, very similar saying, and I would hear it everywhere I went. People would say, when you put lipstick on a pig, it looks just like Hillary. Oh, you helped Hillary out with her campaign. She was a female. Do you have any advice for Sarah Palin as she's running? Well, no, I really don't have any advice per se. However, I have come up with a great campaign slogan. She can use it if she wants to. Sarah Palin, the right bush for the White House. Yeah, so just can't get away with it. But you know what? We got to go out. We got to vote, right? We got to vote because